Nice little funnel point as well. That's great. I'm fairly sure that by only going forward 2 squares, the geists won't scream at us this turn. I'm fairly certain of that. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they can't even reach. Of course, they can't even reach. Texas Billiot, thank you for the sub. Another loyal subject joins Camelot. Thank you kindly. Ace Deuce, I think it's called additional keybinds. If you use !BB mods, there's a link to my Discord. And in the Battle Brothers Discord channel, there's an actual doc where I've collated all of my mods that I'm using. Nothing wrong with a bit of lurking, a bit of stalking. I've done a fair amount of lurking myself. Do we move forward? No, don't. One issue is that there's a ghost in there and I can't see him. Well, once he screams, we can see him. Great work, lads. Great work. I must say, I'm not crazy about not having like any great sword guys. Well, here's the setup we've gone for this playthrough. We'll have to make it work. Oh really? One scream? From confident to broken in a single scream? Really? I mean, I knew I should have waited for this ghost to have its turn before modern going, but I thought the chances of him going from confident to breaking in a single scream were pretty low. Apparently not. Bit of defense at least. That's better. That dagger is unbelievable. Against unarmored targets, it's basically, you know, 3 attacks with a noble sword. 4 if you get a bloodlust proc. Damn it. Fucking... There you go. Heavy barbarian weapon. What the fuck is up with Venthorn's morale? It's not that low, is it? 67. That was super unlucky that he broke twice in a row like that. Especially considering he's gone from, you know, like breaking to broken. Wavering to broken. I suppose being surrounded actually contributes to the morale roll, doesn't it? Whoopsie, I didn't use my berserk there. Again. There you go. Stobbie's like, Venthorn, stop fucking around. Whips out the whip. Whoosh. Naughty ghost. I whip you. Ouchie. Finally, ghosts are dead. Should help turn things. This is harder than I was expecting, but yeah, the ghosts made it a bit tricky, which can happen. Nice. Yes, boys. I mean, you're not going to tell me that. I play XCOM. The old 95% chance is a lie. Ugh. Oh, look, Mordheim is an exception. Mordheim just has a broken number generator. I refuse to believe that you would roll between 95 and 100 on the first attack of your turn, every single turn. We don't talk about that game, Mordheim. Modern. Until number 3 of that game comes out, then maybe we'll talk about it a bit. Right, awesome. That's the ambition fulfilled, and now we can switch across to a bow on Ostfries. Blood Bowl. Talking about Blood Bowl. The most cursed game ever to be made. And People's Walrus, what is your total fatigue, by the way? I wonder he doesn't even have... 113 at 3, alright, that's fine. You'll get there. 200 Flail Lad. I do think he's going to need Colossus. Yeah, we'll go for the same level up strategy here as Arbus. And then when he's high enough devotion level, he'll get plus 20 hit points, taking him up to like almost 100. So that'll do. Polearm user. His fatigue is pretty good. Yeah, he's gonna need gifted, that's for sure. We can go a little easier on the fatigue. Uh, 120. Don't forget, he's going to be recovering 20 fatigue every turn. Well, speaking of hopefully not broken Warhammer games, I truly hope that Necromunda can sort its issues out. Right, so for a shield breaker, we actually do need quick hands and bags and belts. Bags and belts here also helps open up a bit of extra fatigue. From 65 to 78 worth. And then this lets him carry support items like bandages. And what else can he carry? Bombs once we have bombs. Who's the odd one here? The low-level lads here must sit out for the moment. Hang on. Goon. That was a heck of a fight, and I wasn't expecting a heck of a fight there. Well done. We also need to head back to the south and go hire 2 more indebted. We're gonna have to replace Wolfgang as well. It's a pity he's light armor. Well, yeah, he needs to be retrained, so I think so. Oh, hello. Oh yes, cool. Company gained renowned. What is our renown at, actually? Glorious still, 2,900. The Warhammer's ambition we can't actually do. Well, Milakor, I think we should really only judge the build we're going for fully once we've got the 2-handed mace lad and another 2-handed flail guy. And you don't typically think of the daggers as an anti-armor weapon, but it effectively is, because it just sails straight through armor. Come on, dumbass. Oof, wow. Pity. I'll take it. There you go, Ostfries, use it well. Now that reminds me, we do need to... we need to... brain, have a good brain. Words. I forgot what I was going to say. God, I have such an old, smooth brain. Oh yes, we need to craft the increased size powder bag, and I need to craft an increased size quiver. So that means fighting unhold. Dark Priest the other day, full of treasures, he said. Not far west of here. The one where it says just full of treasures, that doesn't mean named item, I believe. I think you need to get the rumor that actually says a fancy piece of whatever. Thank you, Zerojeds. Zerojeds. Ruffle. Zero, I will say, I do make an effort to present rather than just talking. Like, this isn't my normal speaking voice, this is my presenting voice. And I always find it amazing when I watch a streamer and they're just like kind of mumbling and not really, you know. They're not like really talking, you know, they just kind of mumble. And like, how can you know, you're on camera, people are listening to you. 677. Ruffle, no. Everyone is not all alive and well. Board Warlock got carved up by Barbarian Chosen. We'll pay for a show, sure. That's expensive, but that's a nice morale boost. We can go fight in the arenas. Save up 10,000 crowns is probably the easiest. Find 3 legendary places. Let's go save 10,000. We're almost halfway. So the thing is, the 3-headed flails are going to be great when we're fighting unarmored enemies. So, nakhtares, undies that don't have armor. What else? What else doesn't have any armor? Fish and catch, one of them raiders. Brigands burned old man's farm. Hartwig. Ooh, such a pity that star is not in fatigue. We could replace the other polearm lad with this lad though. I mean, he's not bad, but he ultimately won't have great fatigue. I think we can do better. Especially considering I want to slap him into heavy armor. Oh, here we go. Dead Man's Hands, some way to the northeast. From a weapon beset with gems, some way to the northeast. Oh, if this can now be a patrol mission. No. This is hunt down what terrorizes, but I don't want to waste any time. Let's go find an undead place some way to the northeast, so up here somewhere. I hope it's not in these barbarian places. It's probably this one here. It's probably this one, sheltered between ruins. So we've got to expect undead. Which means whips are needed. And high level lads are needed. Ostfries, I think, sit this one out. White I do actually, but God, I don't know when I'm going to get around to it, if I'm honest. Polycarpus, thank you for the follow, you bloody peasant. We don't have a bomb or anything, do we? We could just go ahead and hit this Lionheart potion, expecting the ghosts. Save Scummit. Some cheese. Okay, so polearms and polearms for hitting that side there. We could also have our ranged lads start like this and then get rotated out. Rotation, rotation. That hopefully will let us get a shot off at the necromancers on turn 1. Ooh, nakhtares. Interesting. And zombies. Just get forward anyway, on the expectation that we're going to have to be fighting necromancers. The snow really complicates things, I have to say. Now I'm really hoping that there's no necromancer. Swing in a big circle there. And I've made a pig's ear of this setup. One, two, three, four. Yeah, so that's fine. I'm thinking there might not be a necromancer here. Well, Melakor, my advice for vampires when you have to fight against them: nets are super important, but taunt is actually the best way to deal with a vampire. So I know you're a smart guy, so I know you've got at least 2 tanks, specialist tanks in your lineup. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then as long as you have a tank in contact with your ranged lads, you just taunt the you taunt the vampire. The vampire stays in place, and you can chop it down much easier. I think there's no necromancer. Excellent. Get your guns out, my lads. Nets help. Nets buy you a little bit of time. In that, it like buys you like 1 turn, pretty much. But taunting is absolutely the best way to deal with a vampire. Taunting and stunning them. I hope this is the place with that legendary weapon. I do, Polycarpus. The legendary dagger we have there on Stobbie, that's a Catal dagger. We aren't yet getting the most out of it because we haven't yet leveled up the guy who is earmarked for using a 2-handed mace. But we will. French taunters. Where's my... I've got a little Funko Pop French taunter. Where is he? He's fallen off the desk. Oh, he's gone. Shout out to my good Australian friend, Mike. Ooh, nice one-shot Emery. Still doesn't let me do anything though. Wait to actually let them get closer. The polearms are doing work. If it wasn't generally for my love of my Shieldbreaker class, I would consider actually having 4 polearm users. I feel like in some situations 4 polearm lads will outdamage 2 polearm, 2 Shieldbreakers. But the 2 Shieldbreakers just give you so much utility in so many other situations. I should probably be a bit more parsimonious with my ammo. Well, whatever. When it runs out, it runs out. Oh yeah, Melakor, and on the subject of taunt, you can taunt Hexen as well to stop them from casting their bullshit spells, but you have to get into position first, which of course can be difficult. There's a couple other enemies that you can taunt with quite a bit of utility as well. I want Stobbie to come down there, or Venthorn. It's like 2 tiles. But the target has to be unobstructed. Like if let's say if Stobbie used taunt there, the target won't move and take, you know, attacks of opportunity to go fulfill the taunt. Like if Stobbie taunts that lad, he'll come forward and attack him. Yeah, it's great for Hexen. It even works on Alp as well. But with the Alp you get a bit of weird interactions. But it does work. Another fighting axe. Wouldn't mind getting my hands on that. Like, it's nice hitting that many enemies, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. That is, until we get ourselves a legendary blunderbuss. And then things get super interesting. I like the idea of Stobbie just walking past the zombie and be like, oh, stab, keeps walking. I think Killing Frenzy could boost that, yes. Just so happens in this particular build, we've chosen to go for Fearsome instead. Does Zedog actually have Fearsome? He does not, it's the other lad that has Fearsome. I do think that when we are fighting swarms of organics, like nakhtares or something, Fearsome is going to absolutely ruin them. And while the extra damage from Killing Frenzy would be amazing, if they are fleeing, then you know they do 0 damage. So I'm actually quite happy with the overall damage output of this build. It's pretty good. Well, I mean, like damn near what half of your enemy types are organic, so the thing is, I think if I can justify it on any background, it'll be the cultists, because the strong suit of the cultists is fighting undead, and by going into morale breaking, that's doing nothing against undead, so you're going to be weaker for undead, but that's offset by the high morale of my cultist brothers. Nice stabbing. Honestly, I think the vast majority of my kills come from my 2 dagger users, which just makes me think my idea of doing the peasant mob with 9 guys on the front, axe, dagger, axe, dagger, axe, dagger, axe. That's going to double the daggering. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Legends mod might be able to facilitate that. I seem to remember something about Legends mod letting you have orcs as your soldiers. But they could have some balancing issues. Because, you know, strong. Owie. And in my imagined peasant mob, where I have 4 dagger guys on the front line, maybe instead of traditional archers on the back line, you have them quick hands, throwing weapon, net users to facilitate Katal daggers. But that seems a little niche, and I don't see how that does very well against, you know, this kind of huge amount of mobs. Job. Well, this fight has gone swimmingly. So much so that I worry that we're not even going to get a legendary after this. I agree, it would be super interesting though, playing as orcs. Like, you can't really have any ranged weapons except for a few shitty throwing weapons. You don't need to get wrecked for legendaries. It's just this felt a little easier than I thought. Like, I mean, you need to have the really high difficulty fights for higher chances of legendaries. Judging by the difficulty of this fight, I would put the legendary chance at about 20%, but hopefully that that tavern rumor we got is referring to this place exactly. Oh, yes! Oh, praise Davkul. Praise be to Davkul. That's on the list of things we wanted. That's a plus base damage two-handed mace. We happen to need one of those exactly. Now, the brother who is destined to wield it is only level 2 right now, but we're going to have to get him leveled up. Grizzly War Mace. A large two-handed mace born in the fiery smithy of a true master. Despite its massive head, the weapon is well balanced and reasonably easy to handle for an experienced individual. Let's see, so 58 and 125 is slightly above average as well. Shield damage is average, fatigue is average. So the plus side of the stats is in the damage, which is exactly what you wanted. What a sexy two-handed mace. And we even got a second fighting axe, although I think... where are my shield breakers? How many shield breakers do we even have? I have to investigate. Level 10 ranged Z-Dog. I think, yeah, bags and belts. And then we'll come back for the other stuff later. We actually need to go buy some more powder bags. We saw in the last couple of fights we could have done with the powder bags. I will say, in this particular playthrough, we have been quite fortunate with the legendaries we've found so far. Oh, praise be. So who's the lucky man? Jumas. You get to hold it. Oh, my precious. 94 to 119. Inflicts 114 to 139 damage to hit points. That's always something I've wondered about, how the damage it says there is not the same as what it says here. 0 to 82 can ignore armor. 142 to 173 armor destruction is just above average, I'd say. 100% to days on a hit. 20 extra fatigue. Palam flail. So who's the priority to level up? I'd say the flail and the two-handed mace is the priority to get levels. Even so much so that above Anko. Yeah, thank goodness for our blacksmith who can look after it. Right, I've got something wrong here, hang on. I think I can get away with 4 on the front lines, like that. Yeah, because, hang on now, I think we're missing a shield breaker. We are, we need to find another shield breaker. Okay, so considering we don't know when Mizuma will get sacrificed, perhaps we pivot to Enko to being another shield breaker. He'll be fine as a shield breaker. And then we can always look for another tank. Okay, so two-handed mace then. You get to use a pike because it's more forgiving. And the two-handed shield breaker uses axe and axe. Hell, Orbis can even sit out while the other lads get some training in. I can tighten this formation up a little. There's actually no reason that Raging Fury can't even just fight on the front line. He's got the defense. He'll break shields there. That'll be nice. And then this is kind of more conventional. Not yet, Mizuma. And you are going to get sacrificed when the first proper Davkul event pops up. What's up, Mizuma? We're going to have 2 major sacrifice events if we want the 2 pieces of Davkul armor. Well, dude, for you to get sacrificed for the Davkul armor it's an incredible honor. It's an absolutely incredible honor. 69 base melee defense, and that's not even when he uses shield wall. We shall make a fine set of armor out of your corpse. I need some utility. Oh, God, that was such a good mission for us. We got so much money. Where's the other axe? Things are a little all over the place right now. Hang on, so... And there's my other shield breaker. Okay. Polearm, flail... Okay. So do we just right now replace the minstrel? Not yet. Let's finish this ambition. I mean, it's going to cost us 4,000 gold to get that bounty hunter. 1160. It's now. Let's hold on to all of our stuff that we have. Any shields need painting? $40, 60, 80, 100. $310 for 16 is really good, but actually let's just we should put a freeze. Oh, one-handed cleaver, but we're not in the market for that. Okay, spending freeze. Let's get this 10,000 gold. Tomb of Many Crowns. Another fire pot, please. Well, so Firepot was nachtare teeth, jagged fangs. Okay, so we need to be attacking nakhtares, wolves, and hyenas on sight, so that we can get jagged fangs, and then I should fight Ifrit on sight as well. 40 minutes. Let's do this last fight, and then we will. Oh yeah, it does look nice. The benefits it gives are a little random though. The damage from fire and firearms by 33, that's random. But plus 30 for -2, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, this could be undead, so just be prepared for undead. We have the 2 crossbowmen. So, yeah. As long as we get far enough forward, we can crossbow shoot. When it comes to for nimble things, I don't like putting any attachments that increase the fatigue cost. You really do not want to go above the 15 fatigue. Nakhtares, okay. Righto, boys. Let's see. Okay, so let's go for the Nakhtare protocol. Well, actually, maybe we don't need to use spears. We have really pretty scary weapons. Let's try this without spears. I mean, normally I go for spears, but... Okay, 28's rather a lot more than I was expecting. Fuck. As long as it's almost entirely level 1s though, that's totally fine. Oh yeah, you're right. This is finally what the guns were destined for. Whoops. Damn it, Zedog. That is the downside of these tier 3 crossbows. They hit very hard. I'll be surprised if this goes badly, because we've got 2 handguns. One of the handgunners has Fearsome. So he's going to be making 6 of these things roll for morale every turn. As we saw there though, you just mustn't make too many of them drop. Hold. Hold. Till you see the whites of their eyes, boys. Actually, the guns are going to have the unintended downside of if it kills enemies off the front line, it's more corpses for them to eat, but hopefully the guns will just overwhelm them with damage. Only 1 hit. Oof. Okay, and Fearsome got applied there, so that's good. Now we let them close in. That's 1 more that's dropped there. Also, this Katal dagger is going to slice and dice these things like you can't believe. Nice, good hit. Yes, Stobbie, you beast. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Yeah, it's clearly better to wait till they're in melee range. And I feel like an important thing when fighting Nakhtares is try to let your back line do most of the damage, and then the front line can then move forward and mark the corpses. It's actually really important to do that. Hold, I think. Shoot! Well, I must remember, never underestimate these things. I've had a couple campaigns ended by nakhtares. The thing about them is they... I mean, it all depends on how you hit your shots. I mean, that's the thing with these nakhtares is you miss a couple shots, a couple guys get eaten, and then it just snowballs so quickly. Things get out of control fucking fast with these things. But that's how they're designed, so... I will say, the handguns shred these things. Whoopsie. No, they won't eat if they are fleeing. Well, the thing is, being swallowed is so devastating because it tilts the battle so much. It's like an XCOM with those bloody shadow things that grab your lads. I mean, you go from X amount of your guys versus X amount of their guys, then becomes X minus 1 versus X plus 1. And that swings things so fast. Before I forget, lads, please remind me to swing past that city that has the kennel. We have the money, we should stock up just on dogs. Spectres, yes, that's the ones. Spectres are friggin' annoying. And it's bad enough that the spectres grab your lads, but they have lightning reflexes as well. Actually, go back to the stats. Who did the most damage? 450, 495, 552 on Zedog, very nice. 4 Jagged Fangs. We'll hang on to all those Jagged Fangs now. Let's go head south and fight some Ifrit. Get some fire pots going. I'm feeding my lads a lot of this bread and cheese. Antidote useful as well. So a lot of bread and cheese. You can imagine what it must smell like around the campfire at night. Horrendous. Okay, so who has the lowest morale? 54 is actually the lowest we've seen so far. 45 there is pretty... We use level 3. Jumis, I think, is going to need gifted. Yeah, those octopus enemies were so cool. Uh, 49, I think we'll leave it there. Let's go fatigue. I'll tell you what I don't miss is fucking thin men. Ugh. Hated thin men. The worst. +1 on a polearm. Rip. We can go quite low on his fatigue because of the fact that he's got iron lungs. So eventually he's going to have a total of +5 fatigue recovery per turn. This is so good. What else do we get here? We're not going to get backstabber. I mean, now I'm going to need recover, so I might as well... Well, do I need recover? Well, I'll get 20 fatigue. I don't know. He's going to be in heavy armor, so... Alright, that'll do. Right, give me a nice escort mission down to the south. We do need Unhold's skin. I think let's take it. Okay, good. Last 50-minute episode. YouTube folks, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow for your daily dose of Battle Brothers. When we come back, we're going to be fighting some undies. Ooh.